Hello everyone, it's me again, Xeno, in the Chantry, and we're back on another lecture. Today's topic will be strange, to say the least. Namely, it will be this. Thin-Blood Alchemy. And once again, you might be asking, you're a Tremere yourself, so yeah, blood magic, stuff like that, even Oblivion, alright, okay, still understandable. But this, how do you know about this? Well, the argument with me being Tremere, so being qualified to talk about anything, still applies. But let's just say that Thin-Bloods can teach you many things if you show them some kindness, give them some stuff, some books maybe. So I know things, and I don't have any Thin-Bloods in my basement. I just want to make that clear. And they are not, and I repeat, not guarded by gargoyles. Yeah. Thin-Blood Alchemy. To start this lecture, let's return to our little chart right here. So yeah, the grouping of disciplines, mental, physical, mystical, we all saw that. Blood source. We're focusing here on the mystical discipline, so the main three in the 5th edition are Blood Sorcery, I already did a video on that, Oblivion, the 2nd lecture, and Thin-Blood Alchemy, so the 3 main mystical disciplines. And, well, to review, mystical disciplines are disciplines that use blood in a wider range of ways. I think that's how you say it. They can be used for physical effects, for mental effects, or for things like, mystical, creating fire, like blood sorcery, like manipulating things at the distance, summoning the dead. So we have blood sorcery and Oblivion. And Thin-Blood Alchemy, falls into this category because, well, it is like kind of magical in a very scientifically strange way. Thin-Blood Alchemy is, of course, a discipline used by Thin-Bloods, of course, that's what the name implies, and no other clan can use it, like the discipline. There are rumors of some, like, fully fledged kindred using the formulas on themselves, like drinking a Thin-Blood Alchemy potion and gaining something from it, like getting floaty, maybe a little high. But besides that, these powers, these formulas are unusable for normal kindred, even for Tremere. But I'm working on converting some stuff. Research. We established this. Let's talk now about some, history of Thin-Blood Alchemy. Thin-Blood Alchemy is as old as Thin-Blood themselves, in a sense. So maybe like 1,000 years ago there were some Thin-Bloods. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. I'm not that old. And maybe they did some alchemy back there, and that's how we got, for example, the alchemical texts of Dark Age, the Medieval Ages, and Renaissance, maybe. Of course, mortal sorcerers, alchemists, and mages were alchemists also, but we're talking about vampire alchemy. Tremere had, after the vampire thing, had like the path of the sorcery that was alchemical in a sense, but it wasn't blood alchemy, like Thin-Blood Alchemy. So maybe some Thin-Bloods were using it back there, but we don't know. The established history that we know of started around like maybe 19th, 20th century, maybe, but well, 21st century for sure, the end of 20th century. It started as, well, on the streets, most likely, like between drug addicts, like the street drug scene. Thin-Bloods were trying to make some stuff, do some stuff, to not be so helpless in the all-night society. And how did they create Thin-Blood Alchemy? How did they use the formulas? Well, through most likely trying and failing, often very horribly. So yeah, Thin-Blood Alchemy is basically mixing blood and random stuff you find on the street corner or in the trash can. That's the tip of the iceberg, let's call it. Because, well, it goes deeper. Like I mentioned, the alchemical texts of old, the Renaissance, the Dark Ages, and even older, like Egypt, ancient Egypt. Yes, alchemy started in ancient Egypt. So, from my contact, I learned that many Thin-Bloods actually developed their alchemical practices through reading all alchemical texts, like of, alchemists of old, medieval sorcerers and alchemists, and that maybe helped, most likely. But how are they doing this? Well, Thin-Blood Alchemy, it's actually alchemy, and what is alchemy? The most well-known definition is mixing stuff and boom, you have new thing. So basically chemistry, but on a deeper, like more supernatural level, so to say. And that's exactly what Thin-Bloods do. The process of Thin-Blood Alchemy is Thin-Blood must first of all know how to do stuff. They need a vessel, furnace, so to say, an apparatus to mix stuff, to transmutate stuff, to heat, and they need a laboratory, or at least some equipment to do alchemy. And I learned that there are three main methods of distillation among the Thin-Blood alchemists. They are called athanors, the alchemical furnaces, word from Latin, athanor, alchemical furnace. So the three main athanors are athanor corporis, so the body of the alchemists themselves. They mix stuff inside their own body, like they swallow substances, they sit next to like maybe campfire and heat it up like that. And then when the formula is ready, like inside their belly or veins, whatever, they can use it right away. Yeah. The next method, the next furnace, so to say, is calcinatio, and this refers to the use of a mortal as a apparatus. So the Thin-Blood like attaches many like tubes and stuff to a mortal vessel, body of a living mortal, and monitors their like heart rate, other bodily parameters, and stuffs them with substances and other stuff needed to do a formula, perform this alchemy. And then Thin-Blood drinks from the mortal, and then they can use it, the powers granted by this formula. And the last one, and I bet the most popular one, the most widely known, is called fixatio. Did I read it right? Fixatio? Fixatio. Whatever. And it's, well, classical alchemy through apparatus like vials, tubes, heaters, other flasks, like actual chemical apparatus used to distill the formula, mix blood and other components necessary for the formula. So those are the three main distillation methods: fixatio, the apparatus method, calcinatio, using a body of a mortal, and antor corporis, using of the body of the alchemists themselves. So yeah, and what is actually needed to perform Thin-Blood Alchemy beyond just the equipment? You need stuff. What stuff? Depends. Many formulas were developed through experimentation, like I said, using the old alchemical texts from Dark Ages. So maybe let's stuff some of course the blood of the alchemist is needed, and the Thin-Blood Alchemy is heavily tied to blood resonance. So the emotion embedded in blood, the choleric resonance, sanguine, phlegmatic resonance, stuff like that, it's all needed. Specific resonances are needed for specific formula. Like you need choleric resonance, so from an angry or excited person to perform this. You need sanguine resonance to do this. So that's needed. The blood of the alchemist is needed. A certain blood with a certain resonance is needed. And other, usually very strange stuff, like I saw Thin-Bloods using magnets, like powdered caffeine, used rubber, if you know what I mean, and other stranger stuff, nails, rust from a can found on the street, and other weird, very weird. Not all ingredients must be weird, like powdered caffeine is not that weird to use in a potion, so yeah. And so this all must be mixed, distilled through the one of the three methods, the apparatus, alchemy of the body of the alchemist, or mortal vessel. Then this formula, when it's ready, distilled, must be embedded into the body of the alchemist, a Thin-Blood, most likely. Some formulas can be used on mortals and vampires, but not many of them. Like I said, maybe some minor effects will happen, but yeah. Thin-Blood, the alchemist, must embed this formula inside them. So drink it from a flask if they used the apparatus, drink from a mortal if they used a mortal body to distill it, or just, well, if they use the first method, the corporis method, they can just use it like that. So yeah, that's basically Thin-Blood Alchemy, and effects created by it are very unique in most cases. Like they can use telekinesis, they can fly, they can even mimic other disciplines of, like, normal disciplines, even blood sorcery and oblivion. Of course not rituals and ceremonies, because this requires much deeper understanding and knowledge. They can Thin-Bloods can mimic only like the basic powers, and not all of them, the very basic ones, like, you know, manipulation of blood, knowing stuff, seeing ghosts, and stuff like that. So yeah, what else to say about Thin-Blood Alchemy? It's a strange beast, let's call it, because Thin-Bloods are strange themselves. Their blood is kinda kindred vitae, kinda not. So this dangling between the land of the living and the dead gives their blood special properties that allow them to awaken the potential of things and emotions, and that's basically Thin-Blood Alchemy, using blood to create those strange effects. So to sum things up, the Thin-Blood Alchemy is a Thin-Blood exclusive discipline, created not so long ago, maybe centuries ago, maybe not, 20th century at least. Started on the streets, most likely. Only Thin-Bloods can perform it. It's strange in preparation and very strange in usage itself, in using it. Like I said, maybe someday we'll find a way to adapt these formulas to use through, I don't know, maybe blood sorcery, because some of these effects are actually kinda cool, like telekinesis, or creating mist. That's cool also. So yeah, that's Thin-Blood Alchemy for you. Many vampires in Camarilla actually think that Thin-Blood Alchemy is a hidden diablerie, like you need to perform diablerie to perform these powers. No, you don't. You don't. I checked. Trust me. Not to myself, but whatever. Trust me on this. I'm a Tremere, I can be trusted. So yeah, that's Thin-Blood Alchemy. A strange discipline used by strange vampires. They can be useful. They can be useful, I said that. And I'm counting on a continuous partnership with those alchemists. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you for watching this kinda short lecture actually, because, well, there's not actually a lot to say about Thin-Blood Alchemy. I could go through specific formulas, but I don't know that much of the separate formulas, and I can't use them so yet, actually, at least. So I can't describe that. So that's that. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next lecture. See ya.